filming this the day after history was made in golf. Phil Mickelson, oldest player to ever win a major, but he just didn't win. He did it in style, the fans, the atmosphere. You've been around this game a long time. What did you make of it?
I have no idea. No idea how he won it, honestly. I mean, he's showing zero form coming in. We know the golf course, Kiawah. There's no way I'm driving up there and playing that golf course. That place is off the chart difficult.
Yep.
Got to keep it in front of you. You can't have the big foul ball. Got to have sharp iron play. Got to be consistent. All these things that we've been struggling with, Phil, we've been talking about it. I mean, he was number 80 on the list for me. And he goes in there and wins it. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, it's absolutely crazy what he did.
And part of a big part of what we do here at Cash Out with the Coaches, it's a sport, it's a golf betting show. And if you look at just the odds, if we would have been smart enough to even throw $100 on Phil, I wouldn't have had to come today because I would have cashed out and I'd been done.
You know what I was thinking about? Remember I told you in the show, I said, I'm usually a week early on Brooks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I've been a week early on Brooks
all
every
year.
single time. I know the way he likes to trend, which is a very short little runway for him. He doesn't need a lot of tournaments. And of course I pick him the week before at Wells. And I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, he's going to do it to me again. He did it to me at Waste Management. He's going to do it to me again. But Phil was too much. I was a little surprised. As much as I was shocked about Phil, I mean, Brooks hitting the pole, I mean, he just could not get the driver to fade. I think the knee was probably a little bit of an issue. But the putter, I mean, he couldn't do anything. You kind of got the feeling, though, if there had been 9 more to go, he was starting to figure it out, and Brooks was, he was coming.
He was. Now, I will say this, because I've been very bullish on Brooks Koepka, and he's been... him and his management team over the years, that they didn't particularly like some of the things that I said. But when you've got all those people in one of the greatest scenes, the only thing I can compare it to, Trav, I guess would be Tiger winning the Tour Championship.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was amazing. But then Brooks, after the event was over, he had to throw in the little jabs, right? He was like, oh, somebody was trying to hurt my knee. They were trying to hit my... Nobody was trying to hit his knee. Stop it already. Just stop it already. I was incredibly impressed with the fact that he was able to play well and get in a T2 or whatever he finished. But I just don't always like the attitude, and I didn't like it after the event.
Well, I mean, Phil, what polar opposites, really? I mean, Phil's so approachable. You know, it's a little quirky, though, the thumbs, right? I mean, he's got the, whatever. He's smiling. He's personable, right? He's the people's player. And then you got Brooks on the other side. He's stoic. You know, he can be a little condescending. You know, in the media room, it could be different.
Did you say a little condescending? A little condescending? He lives in a world of looking down.
Yeah.
But that's all right. But continue.
But, you know, I mean, he's in the media room. He's not going to answer the questions thoroughly. You know, he's kind of talking down, where Phil's like, he's going to take it, and he's going to be the smartest guy in the room, right? I mean, and he's going to answer it. So they're very different. You know, what stood out to me, Coach, though, was I'm watching Phil. I'm watching these people run around, and I'm thinking Tiger in Atlanta, Tour Championship, and it's like these two guys, Tiger and Phil, are still the most popular players in the game today, 44, 50 years old.
And it's not close.
It's not even close. It's not even close.
No.
You're right. I mean, Rory was playing with Tiger. I mean, he was like, you could have been you or I out there playing with him. Like, no, they didn't care. It's Rory.
I'm going to say something to you right now, and I want you to tell me, if I would have said this to you 3 years ago, how crazy people would say that I was. I think with the win yesterday with Phil, even though it's only 6, that he has positioned himself now in a place in history that nobody will ever touch. I don't think in our lifetime we're going to see a 50-year-old win a major again. And now you could argue that they're neck and neck as far as popularity, simply because of Phil getting that win at 50 and the way that he was able to get it done. Yeah. Am I crazy?
No, you're not. You're not crazy. I do think we'll see it again, though. I mean, everybody. This is what you know. Getting in shape, taking care of your body, taking care of your mind. This is what it offers you.
Yep.
You know, and Phil's not alone here. Stuart Sink looks great. He's won twice this year at the age of 47. I think it's just crazy that these guys. I'm not surprised that they're playing well. But to go out and win the PGA Championship on a golf course that you're not supposed to win on, I mean, let's face it. I mean, this is crazy that Phil won on that golf course. I'd love to ask him. I'd love to ask you, hey, Phil, what's the most surprising one? I know the Open Championship at Muirfield was a bit of a surprise, but TPC Sawgrass, he won there, or another Pete Dye course, the Ocean Course at Kiawah Island, which of those two? I think he'd be like, I can't believe I won in either one of them.
Well, he even admitted after he was done that he didn't expect it. But then he also switched. I thought it was pretty cool. And he talked about the preparation, his coach,
Yeah.
his brother, everything that he's trying to do. And you have a much more critical eye because of your expertise as a coach than I do. And what did you see from Phil that we haven't been seeing in the months leading up to this? Was it being more conservative, having a better game plan? What was it? What did you see?
I do think Phil hit that seed out there, as he calls it. He's got the bomb. You know, we saw it on 15 and 16. Those are the two most important shots on Sunday, were those big drives he hit, and you roll it past Brooks. But he has that little seed he hits. It's a little bullet out there fade. So he hit that a lot. A little 2-iron or a little 2-wood. So I think he's realized, look, I need to bring it back at times and hit the seed out there. So I think he's a bit more conservative that way. But mechanically, come on, I've been watching Phil my whole career. His swing has looked the same every single time. He worked with Butch, he worked with Rick Smith, Dean Reinmuth before that, now of course Andrew Getson. I could line up these swings.
They look the same.
And you could, which one is, and the only way you'd be able to figure it out is the clothes he's wearing, is that's the time frame that it was in.
Yeah.
It's looked the same. It's been long, it's been a little loose. He carries that extension and the wrist down. It's not a swing that you're gonna go on the lesson tee and teach people, right? But it's a swing that kind of just is the DNA of Phil, and the way that he hits it with those wrist angles and the way that it kind of goes into a short game, it's the best set of hands to ever play the game. Best set of hands to ever play the game.